Hi everyone, happy Friday. I am here, ready to start our 4 p.m. Gentle Pilates mat class. Let me move this a tiny bit. PK. So I forgot to put an announcement out today, so hopefully everyone remembered. So when you're here, if you're here, let me know. Just say a little hello. All the cats are here, we're all ready to go. It's pretty windy out there today. I hope you guys are all hanging in there. And all right, well, let's get started. Today I'm going to use a foam roller. So if you have a foam roller, we'll use our foam roller. And if you don't have a foam roller, it's okay. For some reason, I got disconnected. I don't know what's happening here. Some technical difficulties. All right, anyway, I'm back. I'm here, ready for 4 p.m. Gentle Pilates. I was saying before I got interrupted that I'm going to use a foam roller today. So if you have a foam roller, grab your foam roller. Hi, Patty. And if you don't have a foam roller, it's okay because you can do everything without the foam roller. But if you have one, we're going to use a foam roller today. All right, let me see. I think this will be maybe a little bit better. Okay, so let's get started. And let's just start by sitting and just getting connected to our body this afternoon. So just finding a seat that's comfortable for you. And you're welcome to lay on your back as well. We'll just take a moment to get connected. Sorry, I have a hair in my face. All right. All right, so sitting cross-legged if that's comfortable for you, or you can lay on your back. If it's not comfortable, you can stack some pillows up underneath your butt so that you feel a little more supported. So putting your hands in a receptive position, and if you're on your back, you can just rest them on your belly. And we'll just take a moment to just check in with our body and just notice what our physical body feels like today. And notice if it feels tight in any places, well in any places. Noticing any aches or pains, anything that may be bothering you, and also noticing things that feel well, things that feel good today. Just making a mental note of those things so that we can appropriately move our body during this class. So doing what you need to do to open the parts that may be stiff, and to take care of the parts that may be uncomfortable or in pain, and then to push yourself a little bit, the parts that are well. And then taking a moment just to notice your energetic body. Notice what your energy feels like today. Do you have a lot of it, a little of it, somewhere in the middle? So just noticing what your energy feels like. And then checking in with your emotional and your mental body. And just notice what you feel like today. What are the feelings that you have? What are the thoughts that you have? And just allow yourself to notice these things. We're not trying to change them or judge them or do anything about it. It's just simply a check-in so that we can temper our movement this evening accordingly, so that we're honoring our body exactly where we are in all aspects of it today. And then maybe you set an intention for your class today. What is the purpose of your class today? Why did you decide to work out, to be here? It can be as simple as I just need to move. I want to feel better. And our intention is something we can come back to when we feel maybe distracted or discouraged, or just as a gentle reminder that this is why we're here, this is our purpose, why we came to this workout today. And then just allow yourself to take an inhale breath. And easily exhale out. And then just allowing your eyes to open, and let's get started. So if you weren't here when I first started, but you're here now, welcome. And also I mentioned that we'll be using a foam roller in class today. So if you have a foam roller, grab your foam roller. And if you don't, it's okay. You can do everything without the foam roller. So let's just start simply with cat-cow. So just moving the joints of the spine. So we'll have our hands underneath our shoulders. I'm going to turn the other way. Still have a bit of a stiff neck. So for those of you that have tuned in earlier this week, I have a little neck thing going on this week. I've been adjusted a few times. It's getting better, but it's still there. So it still kind of hurts to turn to the right. So I'll be this way. So we're going to contract our abdominal muscles a little bit and round the spine using your abdomen. Then inhale, extend the spine. Keep a tone in your abdominals and reach the crown of the head and the tailbone away from each other. And try to set your shoulders down on your back. So we're not really pushing with our hands, but we're contracting our abdominal muscles to round the spine. And we'll inhale, extend the spine. Try to imagine there's lots of space between each vertebra as you're extending your spine. And exhale. And of course, only moving as much as it feels really okay to your back. So you shouldn't feel any sharp pain in your lower back as you extend your spine, or even dull pain. It should just feel good on the joints. And if it doesn't, make your range of motion a little bit smaller. And then we'll come back to neutral, and we'll move right into tail wag here. Hello, Pepper. So we're going to pick one foot up. We're going to cross the foot over the other leg, side bend the spine and look for the foot. And then we're going to go in the other direction. And this direction is very hard for me today. And we'll side bend going this way, and then go the other way. And one more time each direction. And then we'll bring that foot down and we'll switch feet. So lifting this foot up, cross the foot over, and then side bend the other way. Looking for your foot. And then you can rest. And let's just take a child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. And just push yourself back and just take a couple of breaths in child's pose. So maybe you have your arms over your head, or maybe you have your hands by your side. Let your head relax. Let the back of your neck relax. Take a couple of breaths into your belly. Open up your low back. And then we'll come back up onto our hands and knees, and we're going to begin to wake up our abdomen a little bit. So we're just going to contract the lower abdominal muscles by drawing them in a little. And then we'll lift our right knee up in towards our body. And you're going to round your lower back like we just did in cat. And you're going to try to lift your knee up towards your chest and forward towards your nose as you drop your head down. So we're really lifting up and rounding our lower back. Try to lift the knee higher, 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 and more forward. And you should feel your abdominals turn on. And then we'll bring that knee down. And let's do the other side. So we're going to bring our other knee up. Round your spine and bring the knee forward. Try to lift the knee up towards your chest and also forward towards your nose. So we're waking up the lower abdominal muscles and even the upper abdominal muscles here. Just turning them on, waking them up. And then we can rest here. Good, you guys. And then come to a comfortable seated position for you. And this exercise is for me today, but it'll probably feel good to you also. But we're going to do a little bit of a neck stretch. So just be gentle with yourself. We're not cranking on our head, but you're going to let your head fall to one side. And then you're going to take your hand and just rest it on the top of your head. Try to relax your shoulder. I'm not pulling, I'm just resting the weight of my hand. So just stretching out the side of the neck and the shoulder here. We'll take a couple breaths here. And then we'll just take the hand off and then gently let your head float up. And then we'll go the other way. So coming in this direction, we'll rest our hand on our head and just let this arm dangle. Take a few breaths here. Good, you guys. Take your arm off and then let your head float up. Nice. And then let's lay on our backs and let's do a little bit of bridging through the spine. Actually, I'm going to go this way. So you're going to lay on your back. Reach your arms long by your side. Excuse me, sir. So from here, your feet are about 4 to 6 inches apart and your abdominal muscles are a little bit toned. Reach your arms long by your side and then push the upper back part of your arm gently down into the mat so your chest stays wide open. Contract your lower abdominal muscles and tilt your pelvis towards the mat backwards and peel your spine up one vertebra at a time. Inhale at the top and then exhale, articulate back down through the spine piece by piece. Inhaling at the bottom, and we'll start again. Exhale, back up. Inhaling at the top. And exhale, articulate back down. So use your abdominal muscles to lay your spine down and to peel your spine up. Let's do 2 more like that. Exhale. Inhale at the top. And exhale, articulate back down, making sure your weight is even in the inside and outside edges of your feet. Let's do that 1 more time. Exhale, just notice, can you release any tension in your neck, any tension in the tops of the shoulders? Turn your glutes on here and articulate back down through the spine. So let's add our arms to this. So we're going to exhale, bridge up. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Keep your upper ribs down. And then exhale, articulate back down through the spine piece by piece and float the arms back down. If your arms don't touch the ground behind you, that's fine. You just bring your arms to a place that works for your shoulders, your body. We'll roll up. Inhale, the arms come over the head. Exhale, articulate back down through the spine. And we'll float the arms down. Let's do that 1 more time. Exhale, bridge up. Inhale, the arms float over the head. And exhale, articulating back down through the spine. And then float the arms down. Let's bring our knees to tabletop position. So we're going to aim to work our oblique muscles and a little bit of our abdominal muscles here. So you can bring your arms out to the side if you want, or you can have them down by your side. Either way is fine. I'm going to do this. So we're going to lift our knees, or lift our hips and twist our knees in one direction, and then come back to center. But I want you to keep your shoulders down on the ground. So even if your arms are here, the backs of your shoulders stay down. Right? So we're just coming to a place that we're just twisting our lower body and then bringing it back. You need to tone your abdominal muscles. 1 more time each direction. And last time. You can rest your feet down. So any range of motion is fine, right? We're trying to wake up the sides of the waist a little bit. So from here, you can do the same variation we just did, or we're going to bring our legs up, more up into the air. So you can have a little bend in your knees if you need to. We're just creating a longer lever. So we're going to twist in one direction. So it's more challenging with the legs straight or partway straight. As you twist, try to reach the leg on top a little bit more forward so the feet can stay the same each direction. And twisting in one direction, back up. Check in with your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Can you keep them relaxed and have all the work be from your lower ribs down? 1 more time. And then you can rest all the way down. So from here, we're going to take our hands and put them under our butt. And I like to put my hands like this, like a little triangle shape, but you can do whatever feels right to you. So you're going to bring your legs up into the air, and you can turn them out if you want to. You can bend your knees a little bit if you want to. From here, you're going to contract your abdominals. We're going to lower the legs down a little bit and then bring them back up. So we're lowering the legs only as much as we're not changing the shape of our low back, right? So we need to contract the lower abdomen and legs come up. Try to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. Again, see if you can do almost all of this work in your lower body. So like from the low ribs down. I'll do a couple more like that. And 1 more time. And then just bend your knees and relax. Good, you guys. So take your hands like this. You're going to take your fingertips on your 2 front hip bones and your thumbs on your front low ribs. So we're not really going to tuck our pelvis, but I want you to draw your 2 front hip bones slightly up towards your low ribs. So it'll look a little bit like that. And then your low ribs slightly down towards your 2 front hip bones so you feel the muscles here engage. Keep your fingers here, and we're going to do a heel slide. And as you slide the leg out, try not to let the distance between the hips and the ribs change. So we're not letting it splay out like this, but keeping connected at the middle of the body. And back in. Let's do that same side a few times. So see if you can keep the distance between your fingers the same as you reach the leg out and then as you glide it in. And maybe for breathing, it's inhale out, And exhale, glide it back in. Let's do one more like that. So we're just finding a connection at the middle of our body. How can we move our leg and stay connected at the middle? So we're going to switch sides. So sliding the heel out, staying connected here, and then coming back in. And exhale, slide out, and back in. And let's do two more like that. Exhale, and back in, and last time. Good, and coming back in. Really nice, you guys. And then let's move into single leg circles here. So try to keep that same kind of tone in the middle of your body, but we're gonna do our single leg circles and let our pelvis move today. So it's a little more free in the lower body. So we're gonna lift our pelvis up and circle the leg around, and then let the pelvis come up as the leg comes out to the side and back up. So we'll cross over, around, and up. So there's still that connection to the middle of the body, but we're letting our pelvis move as our leg moves. So there's a little bit of side-to-side rocking happening. See if you can keep your neck and shoulders peaceful and relaxed. And the size of your circle doesn't matter how big or small it is, just trying to stay connected at the middle of the body. Let's go the other way. Inhale away. Let the pelvis move. Exhale around and up. Inhale away. Exhale around and up. Let's do a couple more like that. Keep your opposite leg strong still, so that leg is working. One more. And then we'll bring that knee in, just give it a hug, and let's switch sides. So we'll take in my case, the right leg, but you may be on your left leg out. Other leg up into the air. And if you need to bend this knee, you can. You can still do the whole exercise with the leg bent. So we'll just tone your core muscles, let the leg cross over, circle around, the hip comes up, and we bring the leg back up. So I'm not just using momentum, I'm using a little bit of momentum and then staying connected to my core at the same time. So finding that balance, where you can be free in your body, where you can have lots of movement, and where you can have stability. One more like that. And let's go the other way. Letting the opposite hip lift as we circle around. Still staying connected in your lower abdominals. Let's do a couple more like this. Good, you guys. Bend both knees in. Just put a little downward pressure here and then just circle the knees around. So just letting the legs move heavy in the socket. And then let's reverse the direction. We'll go the other way. Finding your breath. And now's a nice time to just check in with your neck and shoulders. Can you keep them relaxed here? And let's take a figure 4 stretch while we're here. So we're going to flex our top toes towards our knee. So the knee joint is taken care of. If this is enough of a stretch in that right hip for you, then you're going to stay here. Otherwise, you can grab your hamstrings or you can grab the top of your shin. Keep your right toes, the toes that are of the foot that's on top, flexed up towards your knee. And then push your tailbone down into the mat so you feel the natural curve of your lower back. And take a few breaths here. And you can even, with your own muscle strength, with that right leg, you can push the right knee away from your body a little bit. And that will increase the sensation here. And just take a couple more breaths. And then we'll bring that foot down and we'll switch sides. So we're going to cross the left foot over the right knee now and draw your left toes towards your knee. And then you can lift if this is enough, you stay here. If you want a little more, you're going to do like this. You can grab your hamstring or you can grab your shin. Keep your toes flexed, press your tailbone down, and breathe here. Take a few breaths. You can use the muscles in your left leg to push the knee a little bit away from your body. Make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up towards your ears, but can you have space between the tops of your shoulders and your ears? We'll take a few breaths here. then we'll bring both feet down. And you can either roll to your side or roll yourself up. And we're gonna grab our roller and put it long ways on the mat. So you're gonna sit at one end and roll all the way back so that your head and your tailbone fit on your roller. I think I'm all the way in the frame here, yeah. So from here, we'll bring our arms up towards the ceiling. Put a little bend in your elbows and let the front of the shoulder draw backwards so that you feel the inner border of your shoulder blades touching the roller. Then take your low ribs at your back and draw them downwards towards the roller at the same time. And we're gonna make arm circles here. And you're gonna try to keep the inner borders of your shoulder blades touching the roller and keep your low ribs down so the ribs don't pop up just to get the arms to go over the head. Right, so we're staying connected at the low ribs to the roller and then feeling the inner borders of our shoulder blades stay connected to the roller as well. Our shoulder blades move a little bit in this exercise, so let them move, but try to keep the chest open so the front of the shoulder moves backwards towards the ground. And let's reverse the direction. Make sure you're breathing too, you guys. So any breath works here. Keep breathing. And one more time around like this. And if you don't have a roller, you guys, you can do this whole thing on the ground. You can even roll up a towel like a roller and then do the same thing on the towel. So we'll have both arms straight up towards the ceiling now. And same thing, you want to let the front of the shoulders move back towards the ground and still keep your low ribs anchored on the roller. We're going to bring our right arm over our head and our left arm down, and then exchanging arms like a gigantic pair of scissors. Keep breathing. Try to keep the front of the chest open and still stay connected in the low abdominal area. One more time each direction. And then bend your elbows like this. So from here, again, the inner borders of the shoulder blades touch and the low ribs touch. And maybe your arms come up to here. Maybe they're not all the way out to the side. That's fine too. From here, you're going to reach the arms over the head and then bend the elbows back in. So just opening up the chest, opening up the shoulder capsule a little bit. Take a couple more breaths here. And one more time like that. And then just let your arms fall out to the side. Just let the arms relax, keep the chest open, continue to breathe here. And just take a couple of breaths. And then let's bring the arms just by our side here, and you can use your arms a little bit. So from here, we're going to bring one knee to tabletop, and then bring the other arm up into the air, the opposite arm. Let's touch the knee with our hand, and we're going to do like a reverse variation of opposite arm and leg reach. So you got to tone your core muscles a lot. Reach the arm and leg away from each other without changing the shape of your low back. Inhale, arm and leg reach away. Exhale, arm and leg come back together. Inhale, arm and leg reach away. Stay connected at the middle of your body. And one more time like that. Inhale and exhale. Bring that leg down. Let's bring our other leg up into the air, and we'll do the same thing here. So touching the leg. Inhale the arm and leg, reach away. Stay connected at the middle of the body and back in. Inhale the arm and leg, reach away. Exhale back in. Let's do a couple more like that. And one more time. Good, you guys. From here, let's bring both knees to tabletop. And let's see if we can reach both legs a little bit away and bend both knees back in. So maybe you just lower the toes down and back up so your knees stay tabletop. Or if you want a longer lever, a little more challenge, we'll straighten the legs and back down. And exhale. Try to relax your shoulders. You gotta really contract your transverse, your low abdominals as you straighten the legs. Let's do one more. Good, you guys. Bend your knees, and as gracefully as possible, we'll roll off the roller. There's really no graceful way to do that. And we'll come onto our sides. So from here, you're gonna take the roller underneath just your top knee, and your bottom leg will be straight. And if you don't have a roller, you can put a pillow underneath your knee or something that will just elevate the knee a little bit that you can push into. From here, I'm gonna push my knee down into the roller, and I'm gonna try to keep my pelvis still. And we're gonna bend the top elbow, just like telescope, and turn in that direction, but try not to let the roller come with you. So we're keeping the pelvis stable here. And then bend the elbow and reach through. And we'll start again. Exhale. Push down onto the roller a little bit. So my leg gets lighter. I can't push that much, but you want to try to keep the roller still. So we're rotating our thoracic spine and stabilizing our pelvis and lower back. Let's do one more like that. Keep breathing. And we'll come back. And let's come to the other side. So we'll come up and turn and face the other way. And the top knee will come right onto the roller. Bottom leg is straight. And the arms will come straight out in front of your body, and it's okay if they're not symmetrically stacking up, because you want to pull that shoulder blade out from underneath you. From here, we'll bend the elbow, twist in that direction, then coming back, and we'll come forward again. And exhale. And forward. So trying to keep the roller as still as you can here. So again, stabilizing the pelvis and low back and mobilizing the thoracic spine. Let's do one more like that. We'll come back. Good, you guys. So from here, we'll move the roller to the side for a second. And we'll come up onto our hands and knees again. So from here, we're going to do a little bit of thoracic rotation here as well. So we're going to actually put our forearm down on the ground. And this arm, if it's available to you, you're going to rest on your lower back. If not, you can just have your hand on your hip. That's fine. So we're going to try to keep our pelvis the same. Push down with the forearm that's on the ground, and we're going to twist from our low ribs towards the arm that's on your back. And then we'll come to neutral, and you're going to twist a little bit the other way towards the arm that's on the ground. And we'll start again. Exhale, rotate open. And then come back and twist the other way. So when you rotate, you may be tempted to turn your head a lot more than your body, so we feel like we're doing more. See if you can keep your head mostly moving with your spine and your torso. Let's do one more like that. Exhale. Good, you guys. And then you can rest, and we'll do the other side. So we're going to bring our other forearm down. And then other hand on the lower back if that's available to you. If not, you can just have it on your hip. And if that doesn't even feel good, you can just rest it in at your side. It's fine. So from here, pelvis stays still. We're going to push down with the forearm and twist from our low ribs in one direction. And then we're going to come back to neutral and twist the other way. And exhale, twist. So you're activating the muscles around your low ribs a little bit, your obliques, to twist the spine. Our obliques do side bending of our spine and rotation of our spine. So when we twist, we want to make sure those muscles are actually working and helping us rotate our spine. And one more time like that. Good, and then bring that arm down, and let's take a quick child's pose here. So big toes together, knees apart, push your body back. You can have your arms forward of your body or in at your side, and just breathing. Take a few breaths into your low belly. And one more breath. And then you're going to come down onto your belly again. Well, I guess this is the first time we're coming onto your belly. I have to go the other way. I keep forgetting. So have your roller nearby and then lay on your belly. So we're going to start with swimming here. So reaching your arms and legs long and away from each other. You have some options. You're going to draw your abdominals in and make your low back long. Then we're going to reach our arm and leg long and away and exchange sides. So you can stick with that variation, or we're going to flutter the arms and legs. You're going to reach the arms and legs out and up, and then let the arms and legs flutter in opposition to one another. Keep breathing. Try to relax the tops of your shoulders. And then we'll come all the way down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Bend your knees. Take your feet side to side like windshield wipers and just let your lower back relax. Take a couple more breaths here. And let's do one more round like that. So arms reach out, legs reach long, draw your abdominals up. Reach your arms and legs out and up, and we'll flutter the arms and legs. Keep breathing. Try to relax the tops of the shoulders. And we'll come all the way down. One more time, rest the forehead on the hands, bend your knees, and take your feet side to side. So you're going to grab your roller now. Mine rolled away. So from here, we're going to do swan, variation of swan. So you're going to put your forearms on the roller and have your arms a little bit wider than your own shoulders. We'll start all the way down, draw your abdominals up, and really let your shoulder blades glide up on your back to start. Then exhale, draw your abdominals in, draw the front of the arm backwards into the socket, and you can push down a little bit on the roller as you come up, but only coming to a place that you can still keep your chest nice and open. And then coming all the way down, and let the shoulder blades glide up again. And we'll start again. Exhale. Shoulder blades draw down. Lift the abdominals. Extend the upper back, opening the chest. We'll come down. Let the scapula, the shoulder blades, glide upwards as you reach the arms up. Shoulder blades glide down and back in. And down. Make sure your abdominals are still working here. So we're not dumping into our low back, but we're taking care of our low back as we extend the spine. And come all the way back down. So let's do a variation where we lift one leg up now. So maybe your range of motion is a little bit more shallow when you have the leg up, and that's fine. So we're going to draw the shoulder blades in, lift one leg up, come into your back extension. Really use your glutes, you guys. And back down, and we'll switch sides. Extending the leg out and up. Extending your spine, and come down. We'll do one more time each side. Exhale, draw your abdominals in and up. So our abdomen is nice and stable, helping us support the movement. Last time. Good, you guys. Let the roller go. Rest your forehead on your hands again. Bend your knees. Take your feet side to side. Relax your lower back a little bit. And one more time, let's come up onto our hands and knees, and then we'll move back into a child's pose. So just taking a stretch here, breathing here. Let the back of the neck be long. And then we'll come all the way back up. So from here, let's take a hamstring stretch. So you're going to sit up, and somebody wrote something here. So from here, we're gonna bring one leg straight out in front and one foot in here. Now, if you can't sit up tall on your sitting bones here with your leg out in front of you, you can put some pillows underneath your butt. Okay, so do what feels good to you. You can also bend this knee a little if you need to. So from here, we're gonna put so I have my right leg in front. I'm gonna put my right hand down on the ground and bring my left arm up. Sit up really tall, and then try to hinge at your hip as you come forward. Now, for some of us, this may be enough to just be here, and this is really valid and great if this is where you are. If you can come forward, you're gonna come forward. And you're gonna come forward any amount that you can. If you can reach your foot, great. If not, shin, leg, it doesn't matter where you are. Wherever you are, you're gonna lengthen your spine. So you wanna not just round into it. We're trying to hinge at our hip joints. And just take a few breaths here. Make the leg that's in front of you, make it really active. Push the back of the leg down so the muscles are working. And then if you get far enough down and then you wanna let your head go, you can. We'll take a few breaths here. Try to relax your shoulders, you guys. And then we'll come all the way up and let's go to the other side. So other leg goes straight, other foot in, sit up nice and tall on your sitting bones. And again, if you need to sit on something, please do. So we're just supporting our body any way it needs support right now. And make this leg really strong. Push the back of the leg down, and we're gonna sit up tall and come forward from our hip joint. And you can reach for your foot or your shin or whatever you can grab. And again, if this is the pose for you, this is it, and you just breathe. So taking a few breaths here. Just keeping the spine long to start, and then if you'd like to round forward, you can. We'll come all the way up, and now we're gonna put both legs in front of our body and do the same thing. So maybe you need to bend your knees a little bit, maybe you need to sit on something. From here, we'll bring the arms up, keep your spine long, we'll come forward with a long spine, grab where you can, try to keep the arms in the socket here and make your spine really long. And take a couple of breaths with a long spine. It's a little more intense with both legs straight out. And then if you'd like to, you're gonna round your spine. You can bring your elbows wide out to the side. Keep breathing here. Keep your legs toned, so this is not a passive stretch. The muscles in your legs are really, really working. Lift your kneecaps up. Push the backs of your legs down and flex your toes towards your knee. Take a few more breaths here. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way up. Good work, you guys. So let's finish class today with mermaid. I'm gonna use the foam roller today, but if you don't have a foam roller, you do everything without the foam roller. So we'll sit like this in this position. We're aiming to get this hip to move down towards the ground. It doesn't need to touch, but we're just trying to relax it down towards the ground. So let's actually warm up the hip first, the ball and socket joint. So we'll turn the pelvis inwards, and then turn it back out and let the ball and socket joint drop down. So that side of your hip drops towards the ground. And we'll just turn in and out, and let's do one more like that. And then let the hip drop down, and we'll go right into mermaid. So it doesn't need to stay touching the ground the whole time, but we're aiming to let it stay drop down. So I'm like karate chopping my foam roller, and I'm just gonna let my arms slide out and side bend the spine and then come back in and up. So if you're on a foam roller or if you're on the ground, try to keep the front of the shoulder back in the socket. So the muscles underneath your shoulder blades, your lats, have to work a little bit to help with that. Let's do one more like that. Exhale. And then coming up, you can leave the roller there for now. Grab your shin, bring this arm up, sit up really tall and we'll side bend once in the other direction. Take a couple of breaths here. So our spine is like a C shape in this position. And we'll come up. So now you're going to lift the hip like we did to start and put both hands on the roller. We're going to slide forward and then come in and up and extend your upper back, but let your tailbone drop down at the same time. We'll come forward and then back in and up. Last time like that. You guys, and then let's move the roller to the other side and we'll do the other side. All of that can be done without the roller if you don't have one. So you don't slide in and out without the roller, you just would rest your forearm on the ground and side bend. So let's warm up our hips first. So you're going to turn the hip in and then back out and let the hip drop down. We'll start again, turning in and back out. A couple more like that. And one more time. And then just let that hip be heavy. It's okay if it's not touching the ground. And we'll karate chop our roller and side bend the spine. And then back up. And this arm here is staying back and down in the socket. It's not coming forward as I side bend. We're going to do one more like that. Exhale. And then grab the shin of the opposite leg. Bring this arm up and side bend once in this direction. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come up and turn and face the roller. And we'll let the roller slide out. Let our body come down. Then come in, up and in like swan. So the chest is open and the tailbone drops down a little bit. So we're stabilizing our low back. And we'll slide out. And back in and out. Let's do one more like that. Exhale. Coming in and up. And you guys can rest. So let's just take a seat for a moment. You can lay on your back if you'd like. And we'll just have a moment of just checking in, being still again before we finish our class today. So just finding a comfortable position for your body, allowing your eyes to close. And once again, just tuning into your physical body and noticing what it feels like. Noticing any shifts that have taken place in a small period of time. Anything that may feel different. And just acknowledging any small change, no matter how small it is. And then once again, noticing your energetic body. Notice what your energy feels like. And noticing anything that's shifted there as well. And then noticing your mental and emotional body, your thoughts, your feelings. And just notice, has anything shifted? Is it the same? You're just noticing. What's different? What's the same? And then take a moment to be in gratitude to your body, to give thanks to your body for all of the ways that it supports you, for everything that it does to work towards your healing, to your health, to your wholeness, to allow you to move the way you want to move and to support you in all of the things you want to do. Our body is truly miraculous. And so we give thanks for this beautiful body that we've been given and all of its workings. And let's take an inhale breath together. And easily exhale out. And then just allowing your eyes to open And you guys are done for today. Thank you so much. Really, really good work. So for those of you that haven't heard or don't know, this will be my last scheduled week of teaching these classes and doing the meditations. I will still do something each week, but it'll be a pop-up just because my schedule is changing a little bit. So I will let you know in advance so that you can join me for class or for meditation. All right, you guys, I am so grateful to each and every one of you for showing up. Thank you so much for joining me. I love doing these classes and look forward to doing more. All right, I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.